Training camp as a whole is a long process, particularly for the veterans. When you think about a Rod Woodson, a Shannon Sharp, they've been through this process so many times. It would be unnatural if there weren't those lapses of boredom, of monotony.
I miss my kids a great deal. Just being around them, hearing them talk.
These are, called those dog days in camp, where you seem like there's no reason for being out there. Do you want to be out here this morning?
This game is not that complicated, and there's only so much you can cover. And so now you're finding that the meetings are a little bit shorter, the practices are a little bit shorter, they're having a lot more time on their hands. It's interesting to watch the way these players fill their time. The numbers over there at the arcade games grows. Whatever they've got going on in their rooms.
A 6-year-old found a gun and was playing with it.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Play action fake with the throw.
Yeah, this is the good turf, yeah.
I'm waiting for it, too.
Most players, by nature, are hyperkinetic. They need something to fill their time. They're very action-oriented. Part of my job, I view my job, is to maintain a certain focus.
Ho, 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 get your focus.
And that's why you keep pushing and prodding.
So who's your man? Okay, the man just came and blew up your quarterback. Did you even look at him? Okay, let's go, do it again.
It's not unlike my daughters, who every time I get in the car and I don't put my seatbelt on, my youngest daughter reaches up and flicks me behind the ear. Hard. It's the same way. We know what they're going through. I know they're taking care of themselves, but I would kick myself if I didn't continue to push them through that monotony. And that's probably, particularly for the veterans, probably the biggest task that you have.
I want to see if we got the call.
Get your money into Flinney for King Ugly. It's getting tight. They're bringing in extra cameras. It's like the Super Bowl. We're going to have it covered from a lot of angles, so it's getting heated. If you got a favorite guy, get the money in early. Okay. You put everybody up there, and there are coalitions. There's groups that get together and say we're going to make this guy King Ugly.
Could be an economic consortium going together to crown you King Ugly.
With 50, right? And I got your 50 on Big Perm, right? Okay.
It's just a fun time to get after some people and kind of make fun of them.
I got a 100 for you at lunch. Make sure I see you.
All right.
I'm going to have to split it between Shannon and Grady.
The tradition in the past had always been it was run by the offensive lineman, which by nature is usually the ugliest group in camp as a whole. And it was kind of a rigged deal that they always won third place, because third place gets 70% of the money. Second place gets 30%, and the winner gets nothing because he's so ugly.
All right, now the semi-main event. I'm going to turn it over to Mike for the now world-renowned King Ugly contest. All-time record funds this time.
Right.
Third place is a rook, and I knew going in, seeing this rookie class, that somebody's got a place. This is an ugly class, and it's Damian Nuke Swain.
I'm not really ugly, but I'm waiting for this.
It's about almost 900.
I'm about right here. I put $400 in myself.
This guy right here, he actually won King Ugly over in Europe, NFL Europe King Ugly. So I knew coming in he had a shot. And when I saw him, I knew he had a shot. Second place, Jason Brookins.
Hold up. Come on. Now, I know for a fact it's 5 people here ugly than me. We're going to point them out. Oh, yeah, because I am fine. Ask the women. Number 1. Now, look at him. Hold on. Look at me. Uh-oh, number 2. Here we go. Look at him and look at me. Number 3, where you at? Oh, I see you. Don't go nowhere. Look at me. That's 3. I got 2 more to go. Come on, follow me. Oh, don't run. I see you over there. Come on. Right here. Look at him and look at me. And finally, Sorry, Coach, I got to get you. Look at him. Look at me.
Where exactly in Europe were you? You're going back.
Now, for first place, I'm looking out. There's a lot of nervous people out there, I'll tell you that. And the winner is Donnie Henderson.
First of all, I'd like to thank you folks for this. A few of you guys get this up your butt, too. And if you guys think I'm ugly, look at you. Dwayne, you. I thank you. Y'all can kiss my you-know-what, though.
All right, wouldn't be, I tell you what, we started a tradition 2 years ago, and if we can ever come close to the intensity and play with the intensity with what Edwin Mulatala does for us right now, we're going to go back to a Super Bowl.
This right here's the main attraction right here. No doubt.
Karinga, follow my, get away. Taku te hiwi, ki taku te wa, no wana, ki rungi te rangi, toi ore. Aura uta, nai. Aura uta, nauma, nai ui o tumoko tiru, ate ma, ai taune. Hiru kue, hirangi e, ia. Ka iki tia, tana iwi, ka painga, tana waka. Owe, ha. Owe, ha. Blah.
King Ugly was good. I mean, Donnie Henderson's definitely the ugliest guy in the coaching staff, but Brookins pointed out some other ugly guys for us. But I think Brian got a little upset when he pointed to him. Brian's not that good looking of a guy, I don't think at all. He wears them shorts way up and stuff like that, and he looks, can definitely tell he dresses to the left. Yeah, he's got to lower them pants.
For Jason to respond to being second place and immediately jumping up and showing that kind of forceful, no. Let me point out a few guys. And to end up with me, that takes some, that takes some chutzpah on his part to do that. And that's a good sign.
Brooke, don't slow down. Keep working. Finish. Turn up strong. Gosh, I got to get him to accelerate. What's he doing?
Oh, come on, Jason.
Damn. It's critical. It's critical. A mental error like that will kill us.
Here's a young man in his early 20s, and I asked him if he had a watch. And he says, no, I don't have a watch. I said, you got to have a watch. How can you ever be on time? And a lot of his life, he's been able to depend on somebody else to help him be where he needed to be or do what he needs to do. Now a team has to depend on him to do what it takes to be on time, to perform at the level he has to perform.
So if you don't shine come Thursday, what's going to happen?
I'll probably get cut.
Wait, if I hunt!
Ow! Damn!
You gotta go.
Nigga, hit me in my nuts, man. Get in, nigga. Somebody go.
Barnesy, get in there. Knock the piss out of him now, Barnes. Who hit who there? Who hit who? He's trying to catch on to the system. It's a much bigger game than it was at New Mexico State, and to some extent he struggled a little bit with that.
Oh, I'm losing patience, Chris. Anybody can fumble. Anybody. I don't have to pay you to fumble. I can get anybody to do that.
We don't have a Jamal's presence. We can't replace Jamal. Jamal was special in that regard.
Wait, if I hunt!
When you're missing a loop and you're trying to develop some guys, it's kind of like being in a chemistry set. Sometimes it's a lot of fun when you feel like you have a lot of talent.
That's it. Stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up. Atta baby, atta baby, atta baby. That's the way to rally, way to fight through it, Terry. That's the way to fight through it.
Terry Allen is really a dose of medicine that we need right now.
Boo. 25 hunt.
Keep going, finish.
Nice cut, Terry. Nice cut. Nice cut. Nice cut in the hole.
You gonna rush for 1,000 yards this year, Mr. Allen?
That's what I want to do.
Is that your goal?
Oh, yeah, always.
He's a seasoned pro. He has a tremendous work ethic, and he's the kind of guy that'll turn around and extend his hand to help a young rookie if he's not quite getting it right or struggling a little bit.
I need to start listening to you. You need to holler at your boy. Let me know a few techniques from the technician. You know what I'm saying?
You know what those young guys need? They'll need the Terry Allen kind of personality will be very good for them right now.
Obviously, this is a good situation for me. It's an opportunity for me to do what I haven't done, and that's, make it to the Super Bowl and win it. If I could do that, that's everything. That's what I came back for, to win it all, because I definitely wouldn't have came back just to go beat myself up.
Why flat?
Go to the flat.
Why flat? Tonight, you bring me. Did you graduate? Did you graduate? No. I didn't think so. Maybe if you'd have graduated, you'd have known what why flat means. It's my mistake. I assumed that our man graduated here.
Well, it came out early.
I understand when we say why flat for you to run the flat is graduate work, so we'll. Yeah. Who's buried in Grant's tomb?
I think Todd is really understanding his role in this offense and really getting better as a player because of Shannon.
Out on the field, he's basically another coach for me out there. After every play, I come off and he'll say, hey, did you see the linebacker come down or the safety coming down, or this is what you need to look for, or here's the step you need to take in this situation. And, he's really helped me, and that helps me see things in a different manner, and overall it's helped me improve.
You want to see that progress continue, and Todd has done some great things in practice, and I know it's going to continue for the rest of the season.
Nice route, Todd. Great job.
Get used to the shoulders and elbows and stuff. Don't push with the hands. Shoulder in there. Don't give him a chance to call that out there. That's a little open space. Real aggressive. Up at here in this level, you can do anything you want with your hands, right? Like we said, if the official's over here, you can't do this. You can't do that. You can do whatever you want in here. You can grab him by the nuts if you want to, and they're never going to call it. Same thing. Over here, you're on the left side. You can do anything you want with this hand. Jolt him, push him, shock him. You got the strength to do that. Don't just patty cake. Okay, I got this guy. Jolt the guy. Kenny, you're good and focused, right? Got all the little things down, right? Ready to go. You're focused, ready to play the game. How can you forget to weigh in? And why are you still here doing jumping jacks when I just told you didn't weigh in? Come on, man. Little things. Little things.
You got the Kenny Jackson tackling drill this morning.
I usually have to do it twice most of the time because you have to get your foot right most of the time with the runners, and it's a good leverage drill for me, and it's something I need to work on.
Kenny Jackson drill, here we go. Hut. Yeah, I don't understand why you can't get this leverage thing now. Look, if I'm coming here and you got the sideline as your friend, why would you ever get head up? Come on, strike this thing. Look how big you are. Strike this damn thing. Let's go.
You want them to stay on you.
Come on, back to it again, Ken. Come on.
If you don't hear their voice, it's like, dang, they don't care. You want the eyes on you. You want them to watch you because they see potential in you. As long as they see potential in me to get better and better, and I can get better and better each practice.
Here we go. Here. That's better. Okay, good.
If you go to apply to get a regular job, guys are going to fill applications out. Some guys are going to get the job and some guys aren't. And this is that, but it's just multiplied. The microscope is on you, and you just got to go out there and perform. The fastest, strongest athlete is going to win. And it's like that in the workforce, the best applicant will get the job.
They're going to tell you if you did something wrong, but then they also going to get your confidence back up by telling you, okay, just forget about it, come out there and be ready for the next play.
Hey, Reg, you can't make the play and you got a guy man-to-man, you're always going to turn it back.
Okay.
See, all the defense is inside running.
Right.
So you don't want to let them get outside where you have no help.
Okay.
So if you don't make it, get it turned back.
Okay.
When you're playing two positions, it's even more pressure on you. The cornerback, that's majority of you either going to be playing a zone or you're going to be playing man. With the nickel position, you just got to play faster, basically, at the nickel position. Everything's happened
quick, because you're closer to the line. You're up there with the linebackers and the D-line. I mean, it's so much stuff with the nickel. You either gonna be like play man, you can be blitzing, you can be playing zone, you can be playing curls, flats.
Sit there, Reggie, don't chase! Collapse, don't chase, read the quarterback. You're a curl defender.
You gotta be on your P's and Q's, because if you miss something, then you're done. You're beat.
I just need to show them that my technique has gotten a week better. I think that's the main thing they want to see out of me is constant improvement. And that's something that I'm capable of, because I know where I started and I know where I'm at now, and I know I'm one camp better.
Finish, Dwayne. Finish, Dwayne. You're going to go in there. You can't let this ball go back outside you. See that? Don't practice that bad habit.
The last 2 years, the rookies have sucked. Okay? If they're not any better this year, we're going to do away with this aspect of it. They got to be better than what we've had. So we will start off. We're going to start off with the rookie show, emceed by our own Gary Baxter.
So y'all get it up, baby. We got a good show for y'all, man. We're going to start out with Coach Billick and Coach Cavanaugh with Todd Heat, Tim, Hasselback, and then we're going to let the rest of the fellas come into the play.
What do you think? You know, am I looking good?
I think I'd hike the shorts up a little bit, and I think you gotta lose that goofy hat, man. You gotta lose the hat.
The hat? The hat, that's part of the deal, you know? That you know, it gives you the swagger.
Next we got Tim. Tim is going to portray our tight end.
Hey, Greg!
I ain't see you have my head down.
So, Shannon Sharp, I know the Baltimore Ravens been hit with a lot of injuries.
Yes, we have.
I seen that special HBO, School of Hard Knocks, when Sarah Gooser had locked the tight ends in the room.
You humiliated me, dude, on national television, so I want restitution.
Well, yeah, I knew that Goose had something. Goose had something to do with that, and I told Goose then, I said, Goose, I want my restitution. You embarrassed
me. You get to talking, and I forgot what we was talking about.
That's why I got Super Bowl rings and you don't.
This is the last one, fellas. This is 2001, Baltimore Ravens playing the Carolina Panthers. Baltimore Ravens have taken the field, and these guys right here are very pumped up. They are fired. They are fired
That kid imitated Shannon Sharp. I mean, that was great. He did the go, you know what I'm saying, Goose?
I think we will repeat. I know that we have the ability and the players to do that. I told Brian yesterday. I said,
But there were some rookies who didn't perform. And there are some consequences to that. And I heard some guys talking about there might be something going on, but I don't know. I just heard something. A bird.
Get him. Oh, we'll get him.
We're coming to get you.
Why ain't give us no entertainment? Oh, no, the other way. Turn him around. Turn him around right now. Keep going with the tape. Keep going with the tape. Here. Keep going. Keep going that round. Go
Keep breaking it, Bob.
Break the tape. Bring this round. Come on.
Break the tape.
Keep going. Break it. Keep going.
Hey, y'all give me weight.
Keep going.
Wow.
Baby, we Gatorade all over the bed. He's still stuck up. He ain't gonna get out for a while now.
Get the big brown tape. The thick shit.
Oh man.
You just took it like a man. But no.
Well, my rookie DBs.
Oh, they ain't gonna do nothing, dog. They don't want to get involved right now. They'll find their ass up in the same position.
Don't go over there. Don't go over there. Just sit him down right. Just sit him down right.
Hey, Teddy, I need some pads. You know what happened? Your buddy Goose, it's a rookie. Your buddy Goose stole his pads. He took them to New Jersey with him. I guess the kid wouldn't get off Goose's training table, so.
You know, we come in after practice, pick up all the laundry towels. They go through probably 500 or 600 towels between the coaches, the rookies, and the veterans' locker room. Then the training room, they use towels all the time.
Never-ending process.
Jonathan Ogden, Edwin Mulatalo, wear size 16s, that's the biggest shoe. In the past, we've had some 17s and occasionally an 18. Leon Searcy's jersey. Yeah, you can see it on me. Actually, the biggest hit on the team is Lionel Dalton. I always told him I was going to take a Gatorade bucket and paint it black and put a face mask on. His head gets any damn bigger than it is, you know. Oh, here comes Buckethead himself.
Oh, you did. See, they don't like me around here for some reason.
Lionel.
I need some stuff.
You need some stuff, my ass. Some desperate fat lady stole all your jerseys.
I didn't have a jersey.
Get out of there, Lionel. Look at that Buckethead.
I mean, it was inherited. It's not my fault. My father here, I think he won the headbutting contest back in 1975.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. That's amore.
All right. Who did you decide who's up next?
Going out with Goose was a wild situation. You know, he's a guy that just likes to have fun, you know, all the time.
Hey, listen, let me just tell you something. If I were you guys, I wouldn't rap in this place. We might get killed, all right? Ain't nothing but rednecks in this joint. That lady across the bar got 2 teeth. Hey, can we get the jukebox turned down for a second, man? Yeah, turn it.
It's over here.
You got a good shot.
Damn.
All right, Dwayne, come on. What round were you drafted in, Wayne?
7.
7th round draft pick, Dwayne, Missouri. Hey, rookies, what are you singing?
We're going to sing the theme song to the Jeffersons. Oh, yeah. Fish don't fry in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of terrain just to get up there.
Moving on.
Now we're up in the big leagues. Getting that turning back. As long as we live, shoot with me, baby. It ain't nothing wrong with that. 'Cause we're moving on up to the east side. I got a piece of the pie.
I was cutting the rug down in a place called Jugs with a girl named Linda Lou. When in walked a man with a gun in his hand, and he was.
For the first time, I think he really reached out and said, you know what, if nothing else, we are still all football players.
Hey, this is a good luck drink to you guys making the team, man. I wish you all the best. Got to drink to that one, or else you get.
When he said, good luck to you, honestly, I mean, you could just see that, the one thing that bonds all of us is that we play football, and that's something special.
Let's test that Michigan education. Spell Abiyendejo.
I have no idea, sir.
Everything that we brought Elvis in to do, you're seeing now in training camp. The veteran experience, the fact that he is really coming into that point in his career where he's beginning to just see it all.
Getting out of the trap, we can go rip and Liz Detroit. I'm convinced more than ever that the move we made in the offseason to get him was the right thing to do. He's starting to get a great feel for what we want to do offensively. I think the players are rallying around him. He's a very verbal guy when it comes to dealing with his receivers.
Oh, yeah. Take the post. Take the post every time.
In meetings, he's very communicative.
Is he to stay on his post?
Yeah, I'm telling him to get in a vice alignment, okay? So the Z should take the ball, and he should be in a tight vice alignment.
Coming into this situation, everybody's going to say, boy, how does he handle the pressure? I just do it because that's how I was trained to think.
You can see that confidence, which is good because now he's beginning to make this his offense.
And we got to kill the Georgia green here. Let's go dot right, kill, 60 outside. I want. Ready? Wait, 500. Get out.
Matt and I worked in San Francisco for a year and a half, and it's great for me because coming into this system, there's a lot of similarities with the West Coast and terminology and things like that.
It's all pretty much the same stuff. Like base would be 24-25, and then if you wanted to go shot, it would be 22 scat. It's just, this is more condensed.
It's a really good mix. And you look at some of the really successful quarterbacks the last couple of years, Troy Aikman with Norv Turner, you look with Holmgren and Brett Favre, and you look at Shanahan with Steve Young and John Elway. You got to have that trust, and I have that trust in Matt.
Good. You got a bandit and a hot. Find the safeties. Let them tip it off a little bit, where they could come from. This is obviously a night before a game meeting. We got a chance to look some of this stuff over. The run game, what we're trying to get done in the run game against Carolina is we're trying to establish our force.
This game will be a key for our offense. We want to go out there for a good half and see what we can do and really, get into the meat of the game plan and focus in and get drives together and score some points.
Scram 6 pivot M out of Trips fake whiz.
Game 2.
First game jitters have got to be gone, guys. We can't look out in the field and see anybody not letting it loose, because if we don't, then we got to wonder why. We'll chalk up the first one to hesitant, not sure, all the things that go with it. But there's no excuses. You're at home, you know what you're doing, let the thing go. The other thing is there's some opportunity for some guys tonight. And I'm not just talking about the young guys because we got some guys down. I'm talking about the veteran guys that you got somebody new on your right and left side. Somebody new behind you, somebody new in front of you. You got to bring them into the fold. You got to back them up. You got to be as a team. We played individually pretty good, but we did not play as a team. And sometimes you got to do it with people you're unfamiliar with. That's part of the challenge. So stick together with that, and we're going to have a hell of a night.
We're going to war, and y'all too quiet. I need to know. What time is it? What time is it? Time to know tonight. What time is it? What time is it? Y'all better bring y'all ass today. Y'all better bring y'all ass today.
And the Baltimore Ravens are being introduced to a celebrant crowd here at PSI Net Stadium. The first appearance the Ravens have made here in Baltimore since they captured the Super Bowl in impressive fashion last January.
Get this shit up! Get this shit up! Get this shit up! Get this shit up! Let's go, goddammit! Let's go!
Tonight's attendance, 66,619 as they welcome the Super Bowl champions back to PSI Net Stadium. Number 4 approaches the ball, and we are underway at the net. Ravens and the Panthers. Jermaine Lewis from the 2. He's at the 10, cuts to his left, 15, still on his feet, 20, outside up the sideline, runs out of a tackle, cuts back to the middle. He's all the way up to about the 42-yard line.
What do you want to start with? 64.
Near zip over fourth. 6-2-7.
Terry Allen in the backfield, and it's a fumble. Gerback lost the handle and recovers his own fumble. Not a good way. First play of the game, you lose 5 and fumble.
Protect the ball.
Todd Heap into the game for the Ravens.
Empty. Shot right, double cut our shallow.
Got up on the line, and somebody's yelling at me. Yelling the play to me, and I'm up there thinking, okay, I got it, you know. And after the play, I come back, and they're still yelling at me. He's getting on you, because when he's in there, he wants things to work, and when it doesn't work, it reflects on him.
I call empty on that? It doesn't. What does empty mean to you? It doesn't mean shit. So don't worry about it.
Why was he yelling at me? Empty.
Wasn't yelling at you.
Hey, what's up?
Empty. Double right, empty.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, it does. You're out. You're not on the line.
Huh?
You're not on the line of scrimmage. Are you?
I thought I am.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's all right.
I'm sorry. That's me. I'm sorry, Todd.
All right. So I was relieved that I'd done the right thing. All 11 guys need to be on the same page.
Elvis back to throw. Deep drop, plenty of time. Throws over the middle. He's got it. 30, 25, gets a block. He's down near the 20-yard line.
Good job, Todd Heap. Good job.
And that's why he's the #1 draft choice.
Well, fans, log on to RavensZone.net to participate in tonight's fan poll. The question is, which rookie impressed you the most in training camp? Todd Heap, way out in front. Way out in front.
Let's go. Let's take our game to another level now. Let's go to another level now. Stay up, Jay. Run the flow. Hey, hey. Hey, hit that. Let's get off the damn field. Let's get off the damn field. Let's get off the damn field. This is my house. Let's go. Let's go, boy.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Right here now. Right now. Let's go, baby. Here we go, big match. Let's go now. Let's go. Oh, God almighty. Everything on us.
Golly. He was pushed into him. That's bull.
You're right. I'm wrong. I'm blind. I didn't see what he did.
No, all I'm doing is telling you what I saw.
I'm telling you what I saw. Now what? Now what? Tack it on. Tack it on. Terry! Now why isn't that tacked on? It was interception and a push.
It was during the play, so we don't tack it on to the other end. Wait a minute. I'm gonna listen to you. It's a personal foul.
It's a personal foul. What?
You're absolutely
so
right.
I get to, what I can do is call somebody. And,
no, you're right. I'm telling you, you're right. We're gonna mark it off.
You're a good man. How about that? How about that? I got you 15 more. Now you got to get the rest.
4th and 2 from the 11. Gerback has him up. Brookins and Anbadejio split behind the quarterback. Back to throw. Elvis throws corner of the end zone. Touchdown. Padre Ismael.
Nice ball.
He beat Doug Evans, and the Ravens have their first touchdown of the preseason.
Nice job.
And I mean, he comes across here flying, makes the plant, goes back across to the inside. Perfect pattern out there by Cadre.
My youngest son's first NFL game.
Reduce chunk, 63.
Close left, reduce.
What's split opposite, Jay?
Back to throw. Over the middle. Picked up. Ray Lewis. 35-30. He's got it. Touchdown, Ray Lewis.
Touchdown.
32 yards, and the Ravens have a 16-yard lead.
The boys are back in town.
What's up, boy? Huh? Huh? What? Boy, get hands, boy. What?
I told you that was the series. Now we got to put exclamation point on it. Let's go.
Gerback in his own end zone. Throws out to Travis Taylor. Got it around the 12. Lost it. Scramble, and the Panthers are up with it. On their feet and into the end zone. Let's see. Is that a touchdown or was he down? Touchdown.
Yeah, they are fucking rag tag.
That's the kind of mental stuff, Travis, got me scared to death. You've been that way all camp long. Little stupid stuff like that. Now, how am I supposed to believe that you're ready to step up and be a starter mentally when you do something like that? You got to make up for it now.
I have to do more. It's all about learning. By now, I'm used to the pressure because I've been having it on me all during training camp.
Come on, Reggie, let's play, baby!
I know that I'm outweighed by a lot of the guys.
Watch out, kid.
Goings down to about the 5 where it was tough goings. Reggie Liddell on the stop.
You know, they're going to tell you if you did something wrong.
Reggie fell down.
Come on, Reggie, what is he doing?
Come on, Rook. Come on, Rook. Think, man. The guy goes, you got him.
Reggie Waddell, the rookie from Western Illinois, lost it.
And, of course, that is not going to sit well with Brian Billick, to say the least.
Hold on to the ball!
Got a scrum down around the 9-yard line. I think he got it back, Tom.
Boy, talk about dodging a damn bullet.
You want to get noticed, but you don't want to get noticed that way.
Come on, Reggie. Can't have those. Can't have those. Can't have those, Reggie.
I felt I did horrible. I was sick. Something had me just throwing up. And I was out there on the field just feeling like I had nothing.
Let's go, Dwayne. Overhead, cover 3. Here we go.
Coming around on pass rush, I wasn't slapping. Couldn't chase the ball too well. I didn't feel as though I had a burst off the line of scrimmage. I mean, you could say that's part of me being sick and everything.
I was running in there, that just pushed me and kept going. Yeah.
I just felt I did horrible.
Goal line, goal line, goal line. Goal line, goal line. Second goal line. Kenny, no! Kenny! Goal line banjo, goal line banjo.
You're not going to be perfect on every play. They know that.
Kenny's on the wrong side.
I had a pretty good game. I had a couple tackles, a couple big hits, a couple good plays. Considering I only got like maybe 12 plays, and I think I did a pretty good job while I was in there.
Right now they're on the verge of potentially losing this one.
Here it's Casey with the kick, and it is good. The Carolina Panthers and stunned the defending Super Bowl champions. Yes, it's preseason, but no one's smiling on the Baltimore side. Brian Billick, who certainly expected more against George Seifert Carolina Panthers tonight in the breakout home game after the dismal performance against the Jets, has to really be wondering now.
He is obviously disappointed in what's happened. He was disappointed in last week's ball game.
Now, there's a lot of lessons learned. We learned some lessons last week. We learned some lessons this week, but we better learn them. We better find out about them. Got one more chance to get that good feeling before you go into the regular season. Nothing more, nothing less. We're getting close to the business side of this thing. It's unfortunate that we're going to have to make some cut downs, and we'll keep you alerted as to how that process goes.
When we started this process, we talked about the collective and accumulative tension that a rookie has to deal with and how debilitating that can be. This is now coming to a head. You've got a group of guys that have made it through training camp. They've paid the price. They've given the blood, sweat, and tears. You've become emotionally attached to them. And they've been fearing this day, this first cut. The veterans in particular know what's coming. Guys that they've been on the field with, guys they've been, working with for 4 or 5 weeks, they've become attached to. They know that next morning they could all of a sudden be gone.
It's hard because I can remember going through the same thing when I was a rookie. And when the phone rang, I didn't answer it.
Only way I can compare it is that, Mom told you to go to the room, when I was a kid, and say, wait on your dad to come home. And then I heard my dad shut that door, and I knew something was going to happen. Exactly what, I'm not for sure. So if you got 2 rookies room together, as bad as it sounds, you hope that knocks for your roommate and not for you. And it might be for both of you.
The knock is coming. The Grim Reaper is coming.
Cutting down to 65, which is our first real hurdle.
I told him after that he was in a base.
It's a tough thing to do. It's the largest single cut that you'll have.
He was lost yesterday. A lot of his stuff showed up. He's not smart enough to be that slow. and to be that, I mean, it's not there. And kid wants it bad, but he just doesn't have the ability to get it done.
It's an awful tough time where you make some hard decisions. It's not easy to sit back and know that your evaluation carries the weight that might decide that a guy's not good enough to play for you. I'm not down on him. I just think he's, right now there's a discernible mental difference between talking to Elvis and talking to him. You can just see that a lot of things just aren't clicking yet, but I think he'll get over it. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes you can tell that a guy just that the game's a little bit too big for him at this level.
Derek Homer is a good little spark plug that fly around and try to make something happen. If he was a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that, he'd be a pretty good player. Just none of.
Kenny Jackson got about the same amount. Lost twice. Didn't line up right 2 different times, but he found the football and he was pretty physical. So, of those two, I'd put Kenny ahead of him at this point.
Next guy, Dwayne Missouri. He played hard. Never really had a whole lot of action at him. So he never really got to make too many plays. When Flo went away, he's trying to do too much. He's looking, then he's going to go shed and try to do somebody else's job to get a piece of the action. So, I know he wants to be more active, but he still needs to do his job. The thing that I was most encouraged about was that he was sick and he played through it.
Waddell had an assist on the kickoff coverage. He did real well going out there and double pressing on the punt return, and we gave him that opportunity on punt return as a returner, and it almost cost us. He put that ball on the ground at the 9-yard line.
It's my job, along with Ozzie Newsome's, who sits in most of our personnel review, to kind of sift through it all.
Obviously, Wilson is.
We're going to do an injury.
So
he's out of here regardless. Okay. He's done.
So we understand that.
Yeah.
And then Ozzie and I will sit and begin to build the final form this team will take in terms of the 53-man roster.
So, Brian, these guys will not be in your meetings. Kopka, Chew, Hasselback, Homer.
We'll have a number of the personnel staff go to their room, and as they see one of the personnel people walking down the hall, or they see a coach just approaching them, who may just literally be walking down the hall on the way to his car, and that anxiety wells up, and just as he approaches, they're ready to deal with it, and they don't know what they're going to do, and they don't know what they're going to feel like, and the guy just walks by and gets into his car. They're going to do that 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, not sure what does this mean, and all of a sudden a coach says, you need to see Coach Billick and bring your playbook.
Grab your playbook and follow me. I'll take it down, see him.
They'll all come through my office. I owe them that much.
Derek, come on in. About to step out. Come on, sit down.
You're talking about someone's livelihood, but there is a business side of it. Sometimes it can be pretty cold.
This is the toughest part of what I have to do. The main thing I want to communicate to you is many times in this game, it's not a matter of ability of whether you can play or can't play. It's what are the numbers, what happens elsewhere.
It can be pretty mercenary and flat, having to make the judgment this kid can't play.
Tough, this is all part of that process.
You have to have a certain dispassionate perspective with it.
Brian, come on in. How you doing?
You want to be respectful of what they're dealing with. But there's really no good way to do this.
Sorry we didn't get a chance to give you more of an opportunity to kick off and kick field goals and PATs and that type of thing.
There's no good way to walk up to a young man that's paid the price that he has and said, this is over for you, go see the head coach.
As painful as it is right now, don't take that as an indictment that you can't play.
For whatever it's worth, I'd continue to hold on to this dream a little bit. At some point, you may have to make that conscious decision. Look, I'm done chasing. I'm going to go do whatever I'm going to do.
You're a good young man, and we appreciated the attitude you came in with and worked hard. Sorry we had to do it this early, but it's just a numbers game. We appreciate everything you did, and we'll keep in touch with it that way and stay in shape, and you never know when this thing can come back around.
All right.
Okay? Derek, thank you. Appreciate everything you did. You're a good young man, hard worker, and like I said, if I were you, I'd continue to chase this thing because I think there's some future for that.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
Very good.
They'll then get to administration, Bob Eller's office. Joan will try to find a flight for them as quickly as she can as to where they want to go.
Well, I hope they let them know soon so I can get them on these flights.
Otherwise, they might be stuck till tonight.
Is that the list?
That's all we're going to do that.
Never gonna get this guy back.
Who is that?
Eric Chu. He's gotta go back to Lake Charles, Louisiana this afternoon. Are you pretty much ready to go?
I have my stuff packed.
Okay. Well, it was nice meeting you, and good luck. All right, bye-bye.
Then they have to pack their bag up. We'll send them on the way, either personally or by a bus that gets to the airport, and then send them on their way. As bad as you feel for them, there's a sense of, boy, it's not me. As much as they may have liked the player, respected him, there is a sense of relief that I've dodged at least this first bullet. And that sounds terrible. It sounds very cruel. Boy, it's not me. And then it heightens the sense, even though there's that initial relief of, gee, I'm still here, your mind immediately turns to, but I could be next. That there's going to be another one of these after this next game. How do I not let this happen to me? I could be next.